fuck is up, motherfuckers? Happy Friday to you all. That's right, we're back. Another episode of Friday Phil. As you all can clearly see by the thumbnail, we got a whole lot of shit to talk about. Maybe not, maybe. I don't know. There's like a little and a lot. Not really a big week for news. I mean, maybe. Kind of depends on your perspective, I suppose. There was a lot and a little, a lot and a little, a lot and a little. Every which way, 10 ways to Sunday. As you all know, my name is Phil. It's a Super Nintendo Chalmers, but go for the thing below it. Unfiltered. That's who I am. You all know who the fuck I am. At least I hope you all know who the fuck I am. I certainly hope so. Shit. I mean, damn, man. We got a whole lot of shit to talk about today. I got a whole head of shit to talk about today. Whole lot of shit. But if y'all could just do me a favor, just do me that one big favor. Hit that subscribe button. Like this shit. That'd be greatly appreciated. Mucho apreciato. That would be greatly appreciated. But before I do get started, there is something else I should do. I should probably get some fucking music going, right? Right. That sounds good. That's a good idea, right? What I want? No, that's a little too for nerds for my liking. What's feeding the ducks? I like feeding the ducks. Get down with this. Right? Feed the ducks. That's what this is called. So it's all StreamYard allows me to have. I mean, I could upload some other shit if I really wanted to, but I'd probably get hit with a copyright strike hella quick. But hot damn, Bobby. I got my Starbies. I got my list of shit to talk about. Who the fuck's in the chat? Let's see. Joypad Jake, I'm only here because you asked nicely. Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Ronin Unchained, I've heard of this guy. Yeah, I've heard of that guy too. I think I might have met him once down in San Diego. It's a fun time. Thanks for tuning in, boys. Really appreciate it. Do the whole like, share shit. That'd be fantastic too. But
let's get this fucking show on the road, shall we?
So this news actually dropped today. Like right as I got home, I pulled up my compooper and I saw this like in the sphere of interwebs and whatnot. But this literally just popped up today. And that is Todd Stashwick has joined the cast of Vision Quest. Now let me go ahead and just get the article pulled up right here, and we can just scroll through it like everyone else does on these YouTube live shows. So here we go. All right, Picard actor. Why the fuck did I say Picard? I don't know. Picard, the Picard actor, Todd Stashwick joins Paul Bettany in Marvel's Vision series, exclusive from the one and only Boris Kitt from the Heat Vision blog, also a Hollywood Reporter. The actor is boldly reuniting with his Star Trek showrunner, Terry Matalas, who is heading up the WandaVision spinoff. And there's Mr. Stashwick right there. Anyone who's watched Star Trek Picard obviously knows who this character is. I have a vague recollection of it because I watched Picard very, very briefly. But, yeah. Todd Stashwick, who played a key role in Season 3 of Star Trek Picard, has joined Paul Bettany and James Spader in Marvel Studios' Untitled Vision series, the follow-up series to its Emmy-winning WandaVision. The actor is reuniting with Terry Matalas, the much-heralded showrunner Picard. There are a lot of words just missing in these first two paragraphs alone. Who is spearheading the new show that has sometimes been referred to as Vision Quest, although that is not its official title. I would not be surprised if that was its official title. Bettany is reprising his role as Vision, the android who fell in love with the Scarlet Witch and then was destroyed by Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. In WandaVision, he returned via magic and the power of grief, but also as a rebuilt android, now ghostly white. This is true. These are true things. James Spader is reprising his role as Ultron, a sentient being created by Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, and Bruce Banner. They love leaving that part out. To act as a defense program, but that instead turned against humanity, as seen in the movie Avengers Age of Ultron. Ultron then had a hand in the creation of Vision, his son, so to speak. It's unclear whether Ultron will be returning as a robot or in human form. Did I just read that right? In human form? Ultron was never a fucking human to begin. You know what? Okay, let's just move on. The show is tackling Vision's search for new purpose in life, and sources say Stash will play an assassin who is on the trail of the android, the technology he possesses. Well, that's cool. The series is meant to be a third part of a trilogy that started with WandaVision and continues in Agatha All Along, which debuts in September on Disney+. We are in September. I should have probably said that up top. We're now in September. The new show is eyeing a shoot in England in early 2025. On Picard, Stashwick played Starfleet Captain Liam Shaw, who was a foil and obstacle for Jean-Luc Picard. The actor also worked with Metalis on 12 Monkeys, the sci-fi series adaptation of Terry Gilliam's thriller, of which the showrunner was a co-creator. On that show, Stashwick played the leader of a vicious group of scavengers. The actor has racked up credits on shows such as 911, Lone Star, SWAT, Disney Channel's Kim Possible movie, and the CW series The Originals, among numerous others. He is repped by Megan Schumacher Management. Well, that's cool. I don't know who the fuck he's playing. They just said he's an assassin hunting the android, which, good luck. Vision's an android. We saw what he can do in Age of Ultron and a couple other movies. So, your character's gonna, I don't know, hunt after him. More power to you. Don't know how the fuck that works. But I'm excited. I like it. Yeah, I'm with Jake here. That's not the right comment I was looking for, but we kind of are. Let's see. Ultron was a human. I don't say. That's what I'm saying. Like when the fuck was Ultron ever a human? Like what? That didn't even make any sense. And I love Boris Kid. I think he's fucking spot on when it comes to getting stories right. Like more power to him, but the way that article was worded was just kind of like, huh? What? Ultron human? What the fuck are you talking about there, buddy? I don't know. That was definitely a choice words for sure. I don't really know what else to say about that, but yeah, I mean, cool. It looks like that cast is really gearing up for some really interesting plot points. Maybe. I don't know. The whole thing about it being a third part in a trilogy from WandaVision to Agatha to this, I'm like, is it really though? Because like WandaVision kind of led into Multiverse of Madness, kind of, sort of, ish, maybe. Does Agatha kind of lead into anything coming forward? I don't think so. Is there a door open from Agatha into Vision Quest, whatever the fuck it's called? I don't know. But hey, they want to bill it as a trilogy. I mean, sure, you could call it the spin-off trilogy in the MCU because it's a spin-off of a spin-off of a spin-off, I suppose. Right? 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 Huh? Okay. Well, yeah. No. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what the fuck else that is gonna entail. But I literally just saw that, so I don't have like a breaking news thing or anything because that story literally dropped. Let's see, what's the timestamp on this article? 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. So this is literally like, oh, not even 3 hours ago. Like the story is superbly fresh. Will anything else break from now on until when the show ends? I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. But you know, speaking in the realm of Hollywood Reporter stuff, this is kind of old, but kind of relevant because I did kind of come across it in passing. And that is Terminator Zero creator Mattson Tomlin found peace making a show about AI war. And I found this piece just when I was doing some work stuff the other day. Like, this is a piece from the 30th of August, so this is literally like last week. But I still wanted to kind of go over it because I found it kind of endearing and cool to talk about. Let me get the share button here pretty upside real quick. Wow, I'm just jumble fucking my words today. Holy shit. Anyway, here we go. Terminator Zero creator Mattson Tomlin found peace making a show about an AI war. The screenwriter had numerous high-profile projects under his belt, including The Batman, but still dealt with self-doubt as he penned the 8-episode series in the summer of 21. Now it has debuted to rave reviews on Netflix, with the scribe saying of the past few years that was such tremendous emotional catharsis for me. The article begins, in almost every version of the Terminator franchise, lone hero is sent to help a person at the time they need it most. Just like one of those heroes, Terminator Zero came into Mattson Thompson's life. Mattson Tomlin, wow, I'm fucking up names left and right. Life at the very moment he needed it. Tomlin had just spent a few whirlwind years descending the Hollywood screenwriting ladder to become one of the busiest scribes in town. Netflix turned his spec script Project Power into a big budget movie starring Oscar winner Jamie Foxx. IFC released his sci-fi romance Little Fish to strong reviews. It seemed like almost every studio in Hollywood was hiring for another project or another. Most notably, Matt Reeves tapped into work on the script for The Batman while also backing Tomlin's very personal directorial debut, Mother Andrew. That's a fucking good movie. I did watch that. That was great. It was a meteoric rise, and all happened before Tomlin was 30. But when the writer sat down to pen Terminator Zero in the summer of 21, he admits he found himself in a cloudy headspace. About a year earlier, a WGA arbitration determined he would not get credit on The Batman. Intellectually, he knew that was just part of business. He joined the Dream Project late in the game, was told up front the credit was unlikely, but it still hurt and set him down a path many creatives can relate to, into a dark well of self-doubt. Been there, definitely. As he worked on Terminator Zero, part of him feared he had peaked and his career would be boiled down to a footnote about a guy who once worked on a Batman movie. Quote, all the scary thoughts came to me. The imposter syndrome came, Tomlin says. Amid these doubts, he put his head down to write the anime Terminator Zero, turning in an episode every 10 days or so. Skydance and Netflix and production IG gave him no guardrails. He crafted a personal tale, focusing on 3 siblings. He chose to set it in Japan, as most of the creative team would be Japanese, including director Masashi Kudo. The result is a different flavor of Terminator, not just because it is animated, but because of its cultural specificity. It also straddles 2 timelines. In 1997, the 3 siblings must flee a Terminator, using them to get to their scientist father, creator of an AI he hopes will save humanity against Skynet. In 2022, a group of humans face off against machines in a post-apocalyptic world. Oh, excuse me. Oh, damn congestion. Now, 3 years after the summer of writing, the show arrived on Netflix August 29th, debuted with 100% of Rotten Tomatoes. Tomlin has plans for 7 more seasons. Should it get renewed, it damn well better, because that first season was fucking awesome. It will be a story that follows these 3 kids as they grow up through this war that eventually evolves into the future war, and how their various relationships to humans and machines are evolving radically different from each other. He also moved on from the worst outs of the summer 2021, where he's moved on as much as any writer can. He's back for The Batman Part 2, this time starting from the ground floor, with Reeves inviting him 6 weeks after The Batman hit theaters in March 22. There was such a tremendous emotional catharsis for me because Batman means a ton to me, quote, he recalls after getting that call. He's also working with George R.R. Martin regarding Aegon's conquest, which is actually pretty cool. This is a really just nice interview piece where he kind of goes over, you know, the stuff he's worked on, Terminator, getting the Batman Part 2 gig. Like, I really am just a fan of Mattson Tomlin so far. I love watching his career rise and the kind of writer he's becoming. But yeah, like, this was all just a very interesting piece to me in regards to how he works and how he creatively operates. I just found all of this very, very endearing for sure. Like, you know, the Batman Part 2 is one of my personal upcoming projects that I'm for sure looking forward to. Oh, you know, I should probably pay some attention to my chat here. Let's see. Doomsday maybe has Scarlet Witch. I mean, possibly. We'll see if she's in it. James Spader's Ultron is going to yell, I'm the fucking Lizard King. That'd be hilarious if he actually did. Yes, Jake, I am rocking that Kingdom Come shirt because I wore this to work today and I just felt like I needed to wear this shirt again. How come long distance relationships don't use Doctor Strange? I don't know the answer to that question, honestly. Let me say hi to Daryl. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Much appreciated. But yeah, man, like I really do like this bit here about Mattson Tomlin and kind of going over his career. There is one bit here that I did like too. When you start, this is a question asked from THR. When you started writing the show, the Batman WGA arbitration happened. Now you're back to writing the Batman Part 2. Clearly, Matt Reeves loves working for you. Did being invited mend any hurt feelings you had? He says, yeah, I'll be honest about it. It was a painful thing to happen. I put a lot of time and a lot of heart in. I had a really, really great time working with Matt on the first movie. And when I got brought in, it was kind of said, look, we're so late in this process that you're probably not going to get credit. So nobody did anything to me. I wasn't screwed over. We ended up doing so much, not just on the third act, but the heightening things in the mystery, the first 2 acts, that there was kind of a moment of, oh, wait, maybe there's a chance I'll get credit. And that's all it was. And then my name got out in the public, which was always kind of a bad idea. So then I'm associated with this thing. So I found out the day that Fandom trailer came out. On one hand, I was like, wow, there it is. And then on the other hand, it's like, oh, I don't have anything to do with this anymore. It was a little bit of a heartbreak, and it was a level of, dare I say, having to grow up and having to go, you know what? They paid me. I'm a professional. So to be a professional, try not to take that too hard. The day the movie came out, Matt Reeves and I talked on the phone for an hour or two, and he was just talking about the process of making the movie. And I think just kind of processing the experience that he had. And I had an impulse to go like, okay, but are you going to ask me to do the sequel? And I didn't go there. Instead, it became very clear to me he just wants to talk about what he's just been through. So just be a good dude, be a good friend, celebrate. He's still treating me like it's something that I was a part of, because I was. And so just enjoy that. And it was about 6 weeks later that he called me and said, so sequel time, you want to do this all the way this time? There was such a tremendous emotional catharsis for me, because Batman means a ton to me. And I think when you're a writer, a director, a creator, you're trying to do things that matter to you, but also that matter to audiences, and all the scary thoughts that come. The imposter syndrome came, and thoughts of like, oh, am I going to be the footnote in a Wikipedia article of, oh yeah, he had something to do with that one, and that was his career. All that dark, scary stuff happened, and it's still there, by the way. It was kind of this moment of, okay, it's not even a redemption arc. It's more like, now I get to prove myself. Now I get the big boy job. And so all of that is to say I am forever, forever in debt to Matt Reeves. He's changing my life 3 times over now. This whole bit right here, oh my God, I can't fathom enough just how excited I am for the Batman Part 2. Mostly because these two just get Batman on such a fundamental spiritual level. It's just so great to see these guys working together. If you haven't read Batman the Imposter by Mattson Tomlin, highly recommend. It is very much a book that is very evocative of like the Batman world that Matt Reeves has created. I do also like that the earlier in the paragraph he mentioned about heightening the third act and heightening, the mystery, and now they're both working together specifically on Part 2, which I find very, very exciting. Honestly, I'm just really, really excited for the Batman Part 2. And speaking of the Batman Part 2, Matt Reeves was chatting it up about Batman Part 2. Right here. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Matt Reeves teases the Batman 2 and if supervillain Gentleman Ghost fits in his universe. Well, that's certainly a headline, isn't it? Matt Reeves is gearing up to start production on the Batman Part 2 and is teasing what to expect from the sequel, starring Robert Pattinson. The filmmaker gave a time frame for starting filming the DC Studios film and explaining how the Penguin series will be tied to the superhero film. Quote, the plan is to shoot next year and we're finishing up the script now. Yeah, anyone who knows Matt Reeves or understands Matt Reeves' writing process knows the guy takes his fucking time writing a fucking movie. More power to him, because the more time to write, the better. We don't want a rush script. Rush scripts usually lead to not so great movies. Reeves told SFX magazine for its October 24 issue, Colin Farrell will be a part of the movie. We've shared the script as we've been going on with DC and the studios, and they're really super excited. Reeves noted that the Penguin, which will star Farrell as the Gotham City villain, is the entry point to the Batman sequel, and it's absolutely connected to where we leave things in the series. Quote, there are details that actually connect right into the way the next movie begins, and that way that Oz enters the world as we hand the baton back to Batman, and Batman is on another case. The director said that he wants these stories to be mediation on the way that Gotham is the way it is. It's such a brutal place, and we're digging for the answers as to why people's lives are this way. Reeves then added that the Batman Part 2 is, quote, going to dig into the epic story about deeper corruption, and it goes into places that he couldn't anticipate in the first one. The seeds of where this goes are all in the first movie, and expands in a way that will show you aspects of the character you never got to see. Batman is constantly battling these forces, but those forces can't entirely be exercised. So the next movie delves deeper into that. DC Comics fans hope Matt Reeves would introduce supervillain Gentleman Ghost, but the filmmaker says that's not happening in the universe is creating. Honestly, good. Gentleman's Ghost is kind of a ridiculous villain anyway. Quote, what was important to me was to find a way that to take these pop icons, these mythical characters that everybody knows, and translate it so that Gotham feels like a place in our world. We might push to the edge of the fantastical, but we would never go into full fantastical. It's meant to feel quite grounded. Now, this bit right here was the thing that really set off a bunch of fanboys going, "But I want fantastical Batman!" I can't with some of these fans when it comes. It's like when they read the word grounded, it's almost a trigger for them. They're like, "What? No! What do you mean grounded? Not Christopher Nolan all over again." Look, let me put it to you this way. Matt Reeves is making movies about fucking Batman, okay? Christopher Nolan made a trilogy about Bruce Wayne being Batman. There is a very fine line in terms of how they are executing their respective visions for this character. What Christopher Nolan did, again, let me reiterate, was a trilogy focusing on Bruce Wayne, the man behind the cowl. What Matt Reeves is doing is taking a much larger focus on the man in the cowl, but as the man in the cowl, and his detective capabilities, and his ties to Gotham City as a whole. Not trying to be a symbol, there's a little bit of that sprinkled in there, but hot fuck, it's a story about a guy who's a detective and also gets to beat the shit out of criminals in the dark. As a Batman fan, I don't know what more you could ask for that. Yeah, look, you're going to get your fucking fantastical Batman. He will come. Andy Muschietti's going to make a movie called Brave and the Bold. It's going to have Batman in it. It's going to have fucking Robin. It's probably going to have the Batman family in it. They're probably going to fight some man-bats. I don't fucking know. Maybe there's like a big mudball Clayface thing in there. I don't fucking know. Maybe there's a Poison Ivy. Maybe there's a Mr. Freeze with a giant freeze gun. I don't fucking know. Anyway, let me get back to this because this is far more important than grilling fanboys. Reeves continued, "It doesn't mean that you won't see characters that people love. That's exactly what we want to do. Gentleman's Ghost is probably pushed a bit too far for us to be able to find a way to do, but there is a fun way to think about how we could take characters that might push over bits into the fantastical and find a way to make sense of that." And then they cap off the Deadline article saying, "In Bruce Timm's Batman Cape Crusader animated series, Gentleman Ghost will appear." Wouldn't it be past tense because the show's been out? What the fuck ever. Anyway, point is, who is the villain for the Batman Part 2? Who are the villains for Batman Part 2? I don't know. The rumor mill is fucking either Clayface or Hush. I don't know for sure which one, if not both. People are also saying fucking Court of Owls just based on this. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care. And I say that in the sense of I don't fucking care because Matt Reeves is going to make the movie he wants to make, and I was already fucking sold from the first movie. Whatever the fuck Matt Reeves wants to do with Batman, I will watch it. I will watch the fucking shit out of that movie when the time comes. I will watch the shit out of the Penguin when the Penguin drops in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, count them, 2 weeks. We got 2 more weeks till the fucking Penguin. It's going to be amazing. You hear me, sweetheart? It's going to be fucking amazing, yeah? I'm going to be the new kingpin of Gotham. Me, Oswald fucking Cobblepot. Anyway. Me, personally, I would like to see the Court of Owls, because if this story is going deeper into the corruption of Gotham City and you want a villain or villains, a set of villains that's like a cult of some sort. Look, if Batman Part 1 was about him taking on like a Zodiac killer in the form of like a version of the Riddler, then honestly, like Batman Part 2, if it's about like a cult, if Batman's investigating like a cult or like a, you know, a cabal of people who've been like secretly pulling the strings of Gotham City. Like, where the fuck did the Renewal Project come from? Who the fuck told Falcone to put this shit up into fucking, like, who told Falcone to front this shit? Who started the drops business? Where the fuck did the drops come from? These are questions I would like to have answered. Possibly. Who invented drops? Was it Dr. Jonathan Crane? Was it, fuck, I don't know, Dr. Pamela Isley? Fuck if I know. And look, I'll just say this. If you want to try and make sense of maybe like, you know, having a Talon in the Court of Owls and a dead body being regurgitated or, being revitalized or whatever. Those bodies got to be kept cool. Got to be kept on ice. You know who'd be a fun villain to pair with the Court of Owls? And it's already happened too? Mr. Freeze. You know who Matt Reeves mentioned would be a fun one to do? Mr. Freeze. I'm not saying that Mr. Freeze is going to be in the Batman Part 2. But I will just reiterate that Matt Reeves has made it known that the Court of Owls and Mr. Freeze are villains that he has talked about utilizing. I'd be down for a Matt Reeves version of Mr. Freeze. But that's just me. I can only speak for myself, honestly. Who the fuck's in the chat? Who's making noise here? Who else we got? Let's see. God damn it. Why the fuck does my chat move up when I fucking... Okay. We got Droga. Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Omega Swiper says, I think Clayface can be awesome. He can put in the orphan kids or strangers in a mound of clay and cement somewhere in a sewer or die of hunger and no water, no breathing. I know Clayface is like the rumored villain, the big rumor. It's like old school Basil Carlo, fucking serial killer Clayface. And it's like, yeah, that's cool. Batman having to find them. Remember part 1 was Riddler with tape. Part 2 is Clay. Part 3, ice to kill someone. I mean, maybe. These two really do get Batman. Yes, they do, Jake. They absolutely understand Batman, and I don't understand why the fuck people can't get behind that. Batman's boring. It's a 3-hour fucking bore fest. Get the fuck out of here. You don't like cinema. Batman is a person in a costume. The entire police force can shoot at him and he's dead. Superman exists. Move on. Not quite sure I buy into that. These fanboys need to get a damn clue. They do! They really do! Like... Fanboys have ruined any kind of fun conversation you can have about any of this shit. Let's see what we got. Jake saying, Nolan's whole trilogy was focusing on the man under the suit. Reeves is emphasizing the symbol that Batman is to the rest of Gotham. Well said. I can get behind that. I can absolutely get behind that. I'm in Batman 2. I believe you, Chainsaw. I wholeheartedly believe you, Chainsaw. You're the villain. Interesting. I think it will be a new villain. Hot take, Phil. Quite plausible. Very well could be the case. They also said Mr. Freeze might be the villain for the sequel. I really fucking hope so, because I would love to see Mr. Freeze get another stab in live action. That'd be great. Batman faces Owlman. Yeah, well, Lincoln March does kind of turn into a version of Owlman at the end of, what is it? It's either Cordish, City of Owls. Something like that. Oh, I'm going to mute my mic. I might have to sneeze. Hold on. No, I should be fine. No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to sneeze. All good in the hood. False alarm. Would not mind seeing Hush as the villain for Batman. Okay. Yes and no. Because the setup is there, right? The setup for, Elliot Hush being the fucking reporter, Penguin, or not the Penguin, the Waynes, et cetera, and then even the big Hush. Like, I know Matt Reeves has even said Hush at some point. I just feel like visually that's a little too close to the Riddler. But yeah, there would be a very personal connection there of Tommy Elliott being like, oh, I know who the fuck you are, and I'm going to fuck with you. I'm going to fucking just give you another mystery to fucking work on, and I know you're fucking Batman. So that would be cool. I don't care who the villain is. I just need more Batman. And that's what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck who the villain is. I just want more Batman. I want more Robert Pattinson as Batman. I want more Reeves in the fucking director's chair directing Batman. I want more Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon. I want more Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. I want more Colin Farrell as Oz, the Penguin. And I'm going to get that in 2 weeks, but I want more. I'm a greedy son of a bitch when it comes to this fucking franchise. I love this franchise. I love that first movie. That first movie was fucking amazing. Want to know what I really think about that movie? Here, let me show you what I really think about that movie. Here's what I think about the Batman, Robert Pattinson's Batman, Matt Reeves' Batman. Here's what I think about the Batman.
This is fucking awesome.
That's what I think about Robert Pattinson as Batman. That's what I think about Matt Reeves making another fucking Batman movie. That shit is fucking awesome. That's what I think. But hot damn, this, I just want to know, like, can we please, like, start filming now? I'm being a little greedy there, but yeah. If the script is near completion, and let's also be frank here too, when Matt Reeves was even doing part 1, the first Batman movie, they started filming like right before COVID. Then COVID happens. He's still tinkering with the fucking script while COVID happened. They went back to filming in September of 2020, wrapped, I think, by like January or February of 21, something like that. And then they fucking finished the movie. Dude always is fucking with his script. And I don't mean fucking like, oh no, you gotta cut this, cut that. No. He is refining and tinkering it all the way up until he shoots the damn thing. That man knows how to handle his fucking script. He is a fucking visionary, and I trust Matt Reeves. I 100% trust Matt Reeves to make a damn good sequel to the Batman. What we got here? After Batman and Robin and Gotham, we need Mr. Freeze done right. A fucking men, Jake. A fucking men. I want Mr. Freeze in live action again. I want him to be in a movie. I want him to have that gravitas. I want Mr. Freeze to have that levity, that darkness, that humanity that you can pull from his character. Because he's such a fucking tragic character after what Paul Dini did to him in the animated series. Like, the whole angle of saving his wife, and that's the whole reason he does all of this, man, completely takes him from two-dimensional freeze ray villain to, no, this guy is actually fucking meaningful in a lot of ways and is a parallel to Batman in more ways than you can fucking count. But yeah, Mr. Freeze is absolutely on my list of Batman villains I need to see again in live action. I already got the Riddler. The Riddler's one of my favorite villains of all time when it comes to Batman. Let me tell you, when it comes to Batman villains, my list, in no particular order, goes the Joker, Mr. Freeze, the Riddler, Deathstroke, Poison Ivy. Kind of basic, sure, but those are like my top 5 in no particular order. I do love the Penguin. I do love Catwoman. I do like Firefly. I like a lot of his other, lower tier villains. I'm a fan of the Scarecrow, Ra's al Ghul, all of them. Like, Batman's got a really great rogues gallery. But I like my favorites. I'll be damned if Matt Reeves ever does Deathstroke. I'll fucking flip my shit if I ever get to see Batman versus Deathstroke in live action. We almost got it. But then some fanboys had to go and fuck everything up for everyone else because of that. So, beggars can't be choosers. At least I got Batman and Deathstroke in the same fucking scene in the Snyder Cut. That I will be forever grateful for. Getting Batman next to Deathstroke, having it out. That was great. Well, not really having it out, but having a fucking conversation. Like, that was cool. Yes, I want more of that, and I'm probably never going to get it, but whatever. No big deal. Victor Freeze in Gotham was done well for one episode that Nora was alive. After that, they didn't really know what to do with him. See, I bowed out of Gotham after, part way through season 2, because I just couldn't hack it with that show. I then tuned back in for the finale, and I just kept shaking my head. Yeah, I can't watch that show. I just can't. There are good things in it. I think they had a good Scarecrow that I've seen. They definitely had a great Penguin. They had a great Riddler. The Joker's debatable. But this whole, we're going to Smallville Bruce Wayne. I was like, great. Let's just fucking pick right back up right when it's... Yeah, I was just like, okay, fine. Y'all thought you were going to get 10 seasons. You got 5. Tough shit. I don't know. I can't really... I can't really get invested in that show. I couldn't. I bowed out halfway through season 2. High Top Films had a great pitch for Freeze. He did it with audio and video and sent it to Reeves. Hope he pays attention. See, that's the thing. Matt Reeves is contractually obligated not at all to pay attention to it. Because if he does, then he would owe High Top royalties and he would have to give him credit. And he's probably not going to do that. And on top of that, I've seen what High Top can write. It ain't great. That dude is... You know what? Let's just leave it at that. I think that there are way better writers out there, and High Top's not one of them. I would love to see Two-Face Harvey Dent show up in the Batman Part 2. I agree. And the pieces on the table are right fucking there. There's no longer a district attorney. The seat is open. God damn, what is the new mayor's name? Bella Real, has openly said, yeah, I'm going to pull in people I trust. All of the pieces for Harvey Dent to make an appearance are fucking there. I'd be shocked. I'd legitimately be shocked if Harvey Dent does not show up in Batman Part 2 or somewhere else down the line. I would legitimately be shocked. Jake says, if I had to make a top 5 in no order, Joker, Mr. Freeze, Ra's al Ghul, Bane, Deathstroke. Okay, we're 3 for 5, but yeah, I can dig that. I can absolutely dig that shit for sure. Got Nerd Costa Nostra. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Daryl Taylor says, I would love to see another mob boss in Batman Part 2. We have not seen Rupert Thorne. We have not seen Roland Daggett. I would love to see either one of those two. I would love to see another version of, what is the character? Black Mask. Roman Sionis. There we go. Words are hard. Yes, he was in Birds of Prey, but no, I would love to see a Matt Reeves take on the, corrupt ass fucking, Mr. Man that is Roman Sionis, the Black Mask. I would love to see that. Hey, Andy, how you doing, man? Thanks for tuning in. It would be cool to see Steel and Bella Real be Batwoman. I don't know about that. Fair enough. I just took Gotham at face value as an Elseworlds take and not as some definitive version of any particular story. Definitely had its problems. See, I get that, but even still, I just could not get invested in the story they were telling, right? I don't know what it was. Maybe it was some of the campy writing. Maybe it was just some of the execution. Maybe it was just some of the visual. They were really hit miss when it came to certain villains. I think, again, they had a great Scarecrow. They had a great Riddler, Penguin. Mr. Freeze looked good from what I saw. They did the Court of Owls to some extent. That was cool. But then there were other villains. I was just like, what the fuck are we doing here? I saw what they did with Bane. I was like, what the fuck? Are we just kind of making a cheaper version of what Tom Hardy did and giving the whole backbreaking story to fucking Jim Gordon? I was like, what the fuck are we doing here, right? I don't know. It wasn't, it just wasn't my bag. I could not really get into that show. But moving right along. Speaking of Harvey Dent, speaking of good old Harvey Dent. Harvey. Joker 2 footage reveals Harvey Dent first look as industry star Harry Lottie takes on the role in Joker. Folie à deux. Let's see here. I got this nice little spread from Variety. Let me go ahead and pull this shit up for you all. Let's go ahead and break this shit down. Look at that face. Look at that face. That's the face of a DA right there, right? Apparently he's assistant DA or some shit in this movie. I don't know. But look at him. Look at this fucking guy. He's absolutely everything you need out of a fucking Harvey Dent. Although this is the second time we've had a blonde actor play Harvey Dent. First Aaron Eckhart, now we got Harry Lottie playing the character. All right. What's this headline? Joker 2 footage reveals Harvey Dent first look as industry star Harry Lottie takes on the role. Written by J. Kim Murphy. We have the Joker. We have Harley Quinn. Now we have Harvey Dent. We have all these characters that will be featured in Todd Phillips' upcoming sequel, Joker Folie à Deux, as revealed in new footage released by Warner Brothers on Tuesday morning. Yeah, this was Tuesday, everybody. Let's see. The promotional features a first look at Harry Lottie, known for his starring role as Robert Spearing on HBO and BBC 2's acclaimed series Industry, taking on the role of Harvey Dent, a.k.a. Two-Face, one of Batman's key adversaries. Harvey Dent was first introduced in DC Comics as a district attorney for Gotham City, whose symmetrical acid disfigurement at the hands of the mob leads him to a life of crime and dueling personalities. In Folie à Deux, the 27-year-old Lottie seems to be playing an up-and-coming version of the character as he appears in TV interview news with a card titling him as Assistant District Attorney. Arthur Fleck is a monster. He knew exactly what he was doing. Lottie's Dent says in a brief new promotional footage, his depraved acts of violence led to riots by his followers, and they are still willing to commit acts of violence in his name. See, and there's the clip that's there right on the fucking, Birdchan app. For anyone who has it, I don't, because fuck that place. I don't like fucking Twitter. Birdchan, whatever the fuck. Fuck that place. But it's everywhere else. You can catch it on YouTube. You can catch it on Threads. I'm sure it's probably on Instagram somewhere. Dent has proven to be a popular rogue for the Batman adaptations of film. The character was first portrayed in a feature by Billy D. Williams and Tim Burton's Batman. Tommy Lee Jones took over the role in Batman Forever, which saw Dent turn into Two-Face as he schemed with Jim Carrey as the Riddler. Aaron Eckhart then took on the role of Dent in The Dark Knight, which followed the district attorney's fall from a public idol to a coin-flipping criminal after being disfigured by the Joker. What? Oh, wait, yeah, wow, almost got my shit mixed up there for a second. He did get disfigured by the Joker, that's right. Had his whole face blown to shit. Just bow! Well, bam! Anyway, Joker Folie à Deux, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga, will bow in theaters October 4th. It premiered at the Venice Film Festival this past Wednesday. Speaking of Joker Folie à Deux, everybody, have you guys seen the Rotten Tomato ratings? It's rotten! Does this really shock anybody? I mean, come on. The first one came pretty close to being fucking rotten, right? Not that I put any stock whatsoever in Rotten Tomatoes. The Rotten Tomatoes is garbage. Hot garbage at that. But yeah, the early reviews for this are mixed at best. There's some positive, there's some negative. As I said, very mixed feelings on Joker Folie à Deux. A lot of people saying that Lady Gaga is underserved and underutilized. Fuck, whatever that means. I mean, the movie is predominantly centered around Arthur Fleck's Joker. It's not called Joker and Harley Quinn. It's not called, Mad Love. It's called Joker Folie à Deux. His name's still prominent in the title. It's a story about him. So she's a supporting character. I haven't seen the movie. I know no one, come to think of it, that has seen the movie. I don't know anyone who has seen the movie yet. And none of my friends, as far as I know, have seen the movie. But it is at the Venice Film Festival that is going on. I think still it was going on Wednesday. I read that it got standing ovation, another 12-minute clapping, woo, 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 woo. And then you scour the internet online. IGN gave it like a 5. I think someone from Variety gave it like a 6 or something. I don't fucking know. But yeah, the reception to this thus far from acclaimed critics is fucking like, meh, we don't know how we feel about it. I guess it'll really come down to what the general audiences will have to say about Joker Folie à Deux. My old man, my father, was a big fan of the first film. I like the film on the merits of it being a film. Of it being a comic book film, that's an entirely different conversation. But yes, I do like what they were going for. From an artistic and creative perspective, I can appreciate what they were doing with Joker. And by including characters like Harley Quinn and Harvey Dent in the sequel, but not really having them be traditional versions, just kind of stripping them down to almost a bare minimum, I'm fine with that. I mean, Todd Phillips has clearly showed that, hey, I'm going to take this character and I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want with it. And there's going to be glimmers and shades of things you do know, but it's going to be a complete twist of what you're familiar with. Because let's face it, Arthur Fleck is not some fucking crime boss. He's not meant to be this psychopathic mastermind. No, he's a character who's been beaten down by the system and failed by the system, thus leading to a very, very severe mental state. And that's the point of the fucking movie. Phillips has even said as much. Like, it's a fucking character study. That's what these movies are meant to be, a fucking character study. He's even said, I'm not doing a fucking trilogy. You see this movie and you go, oh, I get it. Okay. So I'm going to go see the second movie, and I have my expectations just leveled. Like, I don't, I'm not expecting another $1 billion winner. I'm not expecting to be blown away on my ass. I'm not expecting, the biggest shit pile since... What was the last shit movie I saw? Thor: Love and Thunder? That was the last bad movie I saw in a theater. Because I haven't seen, allegedly, like I have not seen The Crow. I have not seen Borderlands. So I don't know if those movies are truly as bad as people make them out to be. So I honestly couldn't say one way or the other. But like, I have my expectations leveled. I don't know what the fuck Lady Gaga is going to do as Harley Quinn. I don't even know if Bruce Wayne's going to have a part in this. I doubt it, but it is what it is. I'm excited to see, Harvey Dent. He'd been rumored for the movie for a long while. So it's like, oh, cool. Harvey Dent's going to be in this upcoming DA. Cool. Maybe he might show up in the Penguin show. I don't fucking know. Hopefully he'll be in the Batman Part 2 because I like Two-Face. And it's cool to see Harvey Dent get some love in an offshoot Todd Phillips joint. So that'll be fun. Let's see. I got the chat is on and popping, man. Let's see. Daryl Taylor says, I'd love to see another mob boss. Oh, wait, I already went over that. Sorry. Excuse me. Did people hate Murray because he made fun of Fleck or something? I don't know if people hated Murray or not. I was kind of indifferent. It was just Robert De Niro in a small role as far as kind of the way I looked at it. Joel Taylor says, I was watching the Batman the Animated Series on Labor Day, and I was watching the Two-Face two-part episode. That's a damn good episode. That is a damn good two-parter, and that's a fucking great showcase of how you can do a really good version of Two-Face. Got Ray in the house. What up, Phil? Howdy, Andy, Omega, Joypad, Kosa, Daryl, Chainsaw, everybody giving that love. Thank you so much, Ray. We appreciate you. Let's see. I think Harvey Dent will die with half his face being burnt. Yeah, that's plausible. Very plausible. We can definitely see that happening. Yeah, people are mixed on Joker 2, but these were the same people who were mixed on the last one. Does that really surprise anybody? Because that doesn't surprise me all that much. Like, I'm really not at all shocked that people were fucking just, mixed. I mean, I remember walking into the first one and, like, legit laughing out loud when Arthur got his fucking sign smacked in his face. I laughed, not gonna lie. I fucking laughed. I probably shouldn't have, but I did. Then the movie gets really serious, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and stop laughing now. And then I let the movie do its thing, and I was really surprised. Let's see. It's a Bond girl thing. You got to keep shining back to, Phil. What? You're gonna have to elaborate on that one, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. Joker 3 can happen as a deer hunter. Amanda Waller gives him his freedom to go to war and fight someone. Yeah, I don't think Amanda Waller is gonna be in this series, like, at all. Is doing good. The show's gonna blow up by Foley. Maybe. We'll see. I don't really have any expectations. I just, come here every Friday to shoot the shit. Sorry if I missed it, but are you seeing Beetlejuice this weekend? Possibly. I have a movie date tomorrow. We haven't decided whether or not we're going to watch Beetlejuice, or we're going to see Deadpool and Wolverine. I think we're seeing Deadpool and Wolverine because who I'm taking to see it, she hasn't seen that yet. So, yeah, I'm probably going to see Deadpool and Wolverine, but chances are I will be seeing Beetlejuice within the next week. I don't know if I will get around to it this weekend, though. We will see, but I will definitely get back to you on that, whether or not I do end up seeing Beetlejuice. Let's talk about how Rhea and Sonoya from House of the Dragon look the same, and we'll be Bond girls agree. I mean, I've met Rhea in person. Is she Bond girl material? I don't know. Rhea, why don't you answer in the chat? Do you think you're Bond girl material? I don't know if I feel comfortable answering that. Have a wonderful time. I will. I absolutely will, because I can't wait to see just a movie with this person that I've been talking to for the last 2 weeks. She's really amazing. But yeah, I will let you know for sure if I get to see Beetlejuice. I really want one of those kick-ass popcorn buckets, because I would just love to get one of those Beetlejuice popcorn buckets. That would make me super, super happy if I could get one. Anyway, what do I want to talk about next? Because there's a whole lot of whole head of shit, right? Oh, here we go. I'm the weird dorky Fred of the Bond girl. Question answered. There we are. So are you the person in the chair for the Bond girl? That's what I want to know. Are you the person in the chair for the Bond girl? I want a sandworm bucket. My MC didn't have it. Just the book-shaped one. Well, that's a crying shame. I want the fucking sandworm bucket. But I just realized if that's at an AMC, then I'm probably not going to be able to get it, because there's not an AMC near me at all. Sad face. I am just going to I'm gonna sit here and be sad for a minute, because now I feel like this. That's how I feel. I just realized I can't get a fucking sandworm bucket now. Damn it. Oh well. Shit happens. Shit happens. Shit happens. Okay. Speaking of shit happening, Creature Commando's got a spread at EW. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Oh man, this actually looks kind of cool. Maybe, kind of, sort of, maybe, I don't know. Speaking of shit that's happening, James Gunn teases how Creature Commandos kicks off the new DC universe. Let's go ahead and break this shit down, shall we, everybody? All right. DC Comics covers a wide range of stories and tones. That is both their blessing and curse. One reason the company has struggled for so long to build their own equivalent to the Marvel Cinematic Universe is that their characters are much harder to streamline under a single umbrella than the Marvel heroes, most of whom are based in New York City and were created around the same time by the same handful of people. Now that James Gunn has taken over DC Films alongside producer Peter Safran, it's not called DC Films, it's called DC Studios, FYI. Starting an interconnected fictional universe, he wants to lean into the company's diversity and strangeness. This is why the new franchise is kicking off with Creature Commandos premiering December 5th, apparently. Yeah, that's it. We have a date now. December 5th for Creature Commandos, people. That's neat. Quote, the thing I always loved about DC Comics was that you had your mainstream comics that always ran. They also had these totally different comics like Watchmen, The Dark Knight Returns, and All-Star Superman. Wow, it's almost like every head of DC says those same fucking comics every single time they talk about how great DC is. Too funny, too funny. As Gunn tells Entertainment Weekly. It was different from Marvel in that way. That's something that I really want to retain within the studio, that every project is going to bring a different vision by the artists who are creating it. Okay, I get that. How about you bring on other people to make some shit, James? Because your hands are in Creature Commandos, Superman, and what was the third one? Peacemaker Season 2. Come on, James. You got to hire some other people. Please, hire some more people and let's see what else they do. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm looking forward to Creature Commandos of the three things that you're working on. But seriously, like, look, can we get some blood, some new blood in there, as Tony Stark would say? We need new blood. Let's get some new blood. So while Superman's next movie, written and directed by James Gunn, will be a superhero epic for all ages, Creature Commandos is a spiky story about monstrous characters wrestling with their dark past. The show features an assortment of characters both familiar and strange. Frankenstein, voiced by David Harbour. The Bride of Frankenstein, voiced by Indira Varma, who was in Obi-Wan Kenobi. Dr. Phosphorus, voiced by one and only Alan Tudyk. The fish-like Nina Mazursky, voiced by Zoe Chow. Weasel and G.I. Robot, both voiced by James Gunn's brother Sean Gunn, are being sent on dangerous missions by government official Amanda Waller, voiced by the one and only Viola Davis, reprising her role from the Suicide Squad films, as well as Rick Flag Sr., voiced and played by Frank Grillo. Viewers will surely see the similarities not just to Gunn's 2021 DC superhero film The Suicide Squad, but also his Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy from Marvel. Quote, I'm used to dealing with oddballs and irregular types and weirdos, Gunn says. That's what Guardians is, and Creature Commandos is kind of like Guardians without the sentimentality. The Guardians are really good characters at their heart, and that isn't necessarily the case with the creatures, i.e. the Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos will feature both Frankenstein and the Bride, but don't expect to see them lumbering around or grunting. Gunn says Mary Shelley's original novel, Frankenstein, was more of a touchstone in their characterization than the classic Universal horror monsters film that starred Boris Karloff, although, of course, he also loves those. Quote, part of the fun for me was taking some of the basics of Mary Shelley's story and bringing them into this story about spurned relationship between Bride and Frankenstein. Gunn says, quote, Frankenstein is this incredibly well-spoken intellectual, but is still driven by his rage and his anger and his inability to really be a human being, and the inability for one thing that he loves not loving him back. That's what drives him. Creature Commandos is also full of less familiar faces like G.I. Robot. Each episode of the series, following the initial setup, will delve into a different character's backstory and pathos. What could possibly be complicated about a fighting robot? Well, we're going to find out. And see, we got this nice little image here, right here. We got Dr. Phosphorus, we got the Bride of Frankenstein, we got G.I. Robot behind him, we got Mia back there, and we got fucking Rick Flag right there up top. Look, when this trailer dropped at Comic-Con, myself, Ray, and William of the Sci-Fi Center were all waiting in Hall H, the line for Hall H. And I got to say, like, I tuned into it. I watched it. Wasn't really expecting much from this show, but I will give credit where credit is due. The animation looks great. The voices sound awesome. It all lines up. It's almost got like a very, dare I say it, almost Batman the Animated Series-esque niche to it in the way it moves and the way it operates. It looks very stylized. It doesn't look like that blocky line shit from the Tomorrowverse. Not that I'm saying it's a bad thing, but this looks very different than from what the Tomorrowverse had. And I think that's good. Of any of these characters, I'm excited to see. Probably Frankenstein, played by David Harbour, and of course Rick Flag Sr., played and voiced by Frank Grillo. All right, let's move on. There's an innocence to G.I. Robot that I didn't quite see until Sean stepped into the booth and started creating this character. Gunn says his choice for G.I. Robot gives the character the sweet mechanic innocence. He's got this very sad history from World War II. The only time I think he felt at home was the soldiers that he served within DC's alternate history of World War II, where metahumans were involved. Says Gunn is a busy man. He spoke to EW about Creature Commandos from the set of Peacemaker Season 2 and is also working on post-production of next year's Superman. He sees the series as the perfect appetizer for what's to come from DC. Quote, Superman is the true start for everything. It's humongous epic. This is a way for people to just take a little nibble and see what it tastes like, Gunn says. There are tons of fun references to other DC stuff, a bunch of hints for things to come, so I think it's just an extraordinary fun way to start. Creature Commandos premieres on December 5th on Max. Okay. So, Creature Commandos. Very much a fucking far cry from what James Gunn is making for his Superman movie. Superman is this bright, epic story filled with the likes of Green Lantern, Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, Metamorpho, the Engineer, and of course Superman himself, Lex Luthor, Lois Lane, Perry White,
Jimmy Olsen.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I just love clowning that. But yes, then you've got fucking Creature Commandos, which is opposite direction in terms of who it's aimed at. You've got gritty, R-rated, dark animation, crude humor. I'm expecting that because why the fuck else would Weasel be in this of all characters, right? He survived the Suicide Squad, so I guess he's back for more mayhem. Amanda Waller couldn't get rid of him, right? So, yeah. Yippee, right? Yippee-ki-yay. Seriously, the animation looks good. The voices sound great. I'm excited to see Rick Flag Sr. because I like Frank Grillo a lot. I think he's great. He's probably going to be the only fucking reason I watch Peacemaker Season 2. He's been leaked in set photos for Superman, so we know he's going to be there. Viola Davis coming back as Amanda Waller. We're 2 thumbs up here. Yes, we stan Amanda Waller here on Friday Phil. I love Amanda Waller. She's one of my favorite DC antagonists of all time. She's a great character, played by an even greater actress. Like, this show is probably aimed more at fans like me who have been fans since they were like, yay high, 8 years old, playing with fucking, Batman Beyond action figures and shit, watching Amanda Waller tell Terry McGinnis, like, yeah, hey, by the way, you're kind of a clone of Bruce Wayne. So Amanda Waller is a very near and dear character to me, and since she can no longer use the Suicide Squad, excuse me, it's only natural that she would progress in a direction that leans her to use other characters, i.e. the Creature Commandos. Let's check in with the chat, shall we? Let's see. Here we go. Sorry. Why does it do that? It brings up a comment. Okay. Have a wonderful time. Okay. I'm just pulling up old comments that I don't need to bring up. Why does it keep doing this to me? Okay. Let's see. What did Daryl say? They should have put Creature Commandos out in October instead of December. I agree. This would have been a really solid Halloween-ish type of fucking, debut in the middle of October, then have it run into the middle of November. Would have been fucking great. Ray agrees. Facts, Daryl. You're speaking straight facts, buddy. I agree, man. I got you. Am I only interested in Lanterns and the Authority and Swamp Thing? I'm only interested in Lanterns, the Authority, and Swamp Thing in James Gunn's DCU. Okay, so we're talking interest. Lanterns has my attention, my immediate attention, because that's clearly one of the next things they have ready to shoot. I'm a Batman fan by nature, so obviously I am excited for Brave and the Bold. You're going to give me a fucking Damian Wayne Robin. You're going to give me, Dad Batman. You're going to give me the Bat Family. I'm here for that. And then James Mangold doing Swamp Thing. Fucking sign me up. I'm here for that shit too. Absolutely. Ray says, I love the character designs. Hey there, Jimbo. Who's Jimbo? Is Jimbo in the chat? Because if he's in the chat, I can't see him. Maybe it's on like Twitch or something. If he's in the chat, I should be able to see his chats, but I don't see them. So I don't know where the F. Yeah, I'm even looking here in YouTube. I don't see a Jimbo. So weird. Maybe he has like me blocked or something. I don't know for sure, but yeah, I don't see this Jimbo person in our chat. It's for people who want more than just Batman and Superman. I agree, and I feel like if there's a strength to James Gunn's DCU, it's definitely the fact that there is a variety of stuff that is coming down the pipe in that universe for that slate of part 1 of Gods and Monsters. Speaking of which, funny enough, that is the next thing that I guess we can address. It is in the it's in the title, right? That is, of course, Josh Brolin as Hal Jordan. When I saw this rumor. When I saw this rumor, I said, really? This is really, we're doing this again? The whole rumor mill? Okay, look. I'll give them the solid, okay? I will pull this exclusive up. All right, I will give them the solid. I will give Nexus Point News their due. I will do that. Let's go over this. All right, exclusive. Josh Brolin has been offered the role of Hal Jordan in DC Studios' Lanterns. As the DC Universe continues development in various stages of production on its slate of projects, Lanterns continues to be deep into casting its leads, Hal Jordan and John Stewart. Jordan and Stewart are best known for being members of the Green Lantern Corps and mainstays of the Justice League. We have exclusively learned that Josh Brolin has been offered the role of Green Lantern, Hal Jordan in the DCU HBO series Lanterns. The version of the character is described as a Lantern Legend, will be a veteran member of the Corps, while white actors in their 40s and 50s were being looked at for this role until it was determined that Brolin was the top choice for the role of Hal Jordan. DCU Leaks exclusively reported over a year ago that Hal Jordan would be a veteran Lantern and John Stewart would be a rookie. It is important to note that although Brolin has been offered the role, it is uncertain whether or not he'll accept it. If he were to turn down the offer, that will move down the shortlist. Next option. Update as of 9/3/24. This is 3 days ago. Nexus Point News has exclusively learned that Chris Pine and Timothy Olyphant are on the shortlist for Hal Jordan, and Pine being the next if Brolin declines. Brolin is known for his choice as Llewellyn Moss in No Country for Old Men, Thanos in the MCU, Brand in the Goonies. This could potentially be Brolin's second portrayal of a DC Comics character. He previously portrayed Jonah Hex in 2010's Jonah Hex. That kind of goes on to give these talking points here about Hal Jordan being created by John Broome, Gil Kane, blah, 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 blah. Lanterns was first announced in 2023, picked up by an 8-episode series, blah, 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 blah. Right. There's also another bit of point from this that came out of this from the one and only, I don't even like saying his name, the Ian Snyder, Jeff Snyder, saying that Mr. Ewan McGregor and I want to say Oliphant. No, Matthew McConaughey. That's who it was. Yeah, Mr. Ian Snyder, Jeff Snyder had the gall to throw their names into the fucking ring. Okay, so the funny thing about all this to me is I'm going to call it right now. And I'm happy to be wrong if I'm wrong, okay? But I can guarantee you not one of these guys are going to wind up being Hal Jordan. I can fucking guarantee it. Because they are not going to attach any one of those big names to Hal Jordan. Because Josh Brolin has already turned down Batman. He turned down Batman for Batman v Superman. He had a horrible time doing Jonah Hex. Why the fuck would he take Hal Jordan in an HBO series nonetheless? Something doesn't pass that smell test for me. But from what I was also told, that was supposed to be something that was hush hush, don't say this to a word, and then it fucking leaked. James Gunn hasn't come out and put the debunk stamp on this yet, so could it be true? I don't know. Can't say for sure. However, Chris Pine and Timothy Olyphant, if either one of those two were to get the role in the event that this rumor is true and Josh Brolin does in fact accept or decline, I could see Timothy Olyphant maybe. I could see that. Chris Pine already had his time as Steve Trevor. Would he really be that eager to jump back in the DCU with someone else? No, I don't think so. I think he's probably gearing up to play, James T. Kirk. I think he's gearing up to play Kirk in another Star Trek film. That's what I think. But who knows, I don't rep a talent agency. I don't rep any of these guys. I don't fucking know. I can't say for sure. As for addressing Mr. Snyder's nonsense about Matthew McConaughey and Ewan McGregor apparently being on the short list, my problem isn't the names, okay? My problem is not the names. My problem is the fucking person spewing said names. Because Matthew McConaughey, fucking really? That's so on the nose for True Detective. And then Ewan McGregor? Again, another previous DC casting? Coming in again to play someone else? Again, my problem isn't the names. My problem, here's my problem.
Maybe the problem is the fuck puppet delivering. Oh, yeah.
My problem is the fuck puppet delivering that shit. Mr. Snyder, Jeff Snyder, is a fucking broken clock. Just like Daniel RPK, just like Grace Randolph, just like My Time to Shine Hello, just like any of these fucking scoopers. None of what they say should be taken with any grains of salt. And before anyone even comes into my chat going, well, he's the one who said Robert Downey Jr. is gonna be Doom. Congratulations, that asshole spoiled that shit before it even made waves at Comic-Con. Good for fucking him. And if it seems to be the case here, congratulations! You done did an actor dirty and spoiled them out of a surprise of being able to reveal to the world they're taking on a new role. That's my fucking problem with scoopers, because they're always so quick to stay relevant. It's my problem with Richmond. It's my problem with Snyder. It's my problem with Grace Randolph. It's my problem with My Time to Shine Hello. I can't stand any one of these fucking clowns. All they do is just... And people take their words at face value and they act like it's a fucking done deal and they act like it's gonna fucking happen. Like, when this news came out, the rumor mill has just been fucking swirling of, oh, this person's up for Green Lantern. Oh, that person's up for Green Lantern. I'm telling y'all right fucking now. Happy to be wrong. I would bet donuts to fucking dollars you will not see a big name attached to Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart for that matter. Want to know why? Here's another reason why. Warner Brothers is fucking broke, okay? They are broke. They can't afford a fucking big name. So my guess is, again, the only big name they're probably going to get for any one of these characters is probably fucking Batman. You're probably only going to see like a big name attached to Batman. Anyone else in the DC universe? I mean, for fuck's sake, David Corenswet wasn't even that big of a dude until he landed the fucking Superman role. Now everyone knows, oh shit, David Corenswet, he's the fucking new Superman. All I'm saying is, no knock to Nexus Point News. They've been getting some shit right. I'll give them credit where credit is due. But fuck Jeff Snyder. Jeff Snyder can sit on it and fucking spin. That dude is a fucking bozo clown. I can't stand him, and I can't stand every other fucking scooper out there. Just because of what they do. They're fucking grimy and gross, and they just fucking, their internet presence is just nasty. So, yeah, no. I don't see any big names being attached to Green Lantern at all whatsoever. At best, if any one of these people do wind up getting the role, in the event that any of this is true and Josh Brolin fucking declines it, If I personally wanted to see any one of the names I've listed between Josh Brolin, Chris Pine, Timothy Olyphant, McConaughey, or Ewan McGregor, of them all, I could probably see Timothy Olyphant taking on the role. Maybe. That's a fucking big maybe, okay? I did see someone jokingly say Ryan Reynolds should do it. And I'm like, I don't think he wants to do an HBO series. No, doubt that. Plus, I also think Josh Brolin's coming back as Thanos. Only to have his spine ripped out by Dr. Doom. That's my guess. But, moving on. Actually, real quick. Let's check in with the chat and see what they have to say about this. Could you imagine maybe if Brolin really is Thanos and not Lantern, maybe Marvel DC crossover? Possibly. Possible. I mean, now that James Gunn's the head of DC, I mean, I think a crossover is all but inevitable at this point. Let's see. Daryl Taylor says, I would not mind seeing an older vet version of Hal Jordan being a mentor to Jon Stewart, but yet fanboys want Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart to be together fighting side by side for the next 10 years. And I've even seen the whole, they're doing parallax. They're doing gray sideburns. Hal Jordan, he's going to fucking die by the end of the series. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where are you even getting this from? I can't with fanboys. I just can't. I just fucking can't. Fanboys just, they make me fucking feel so fucking, and I'm a fan too. But I see these really ridiculous, this is totally going to happen take. And I'm just like, fuck all the way off. Like, fuck off with your fucking, what I think is going to happen bullshit. I'm sorry, but learn to level set your expectations, peeps, please. Believe me, I've been there. When, The Dark Knight Rises was being made, I was like, maybe there's a Robin. There totally should be a Robin. Or something to that effect. He should continue. Blah, 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 blah. And there were certain other things with certain other movies I was, very adamant would happen. And when they didn't happen, I was, mad. That's what fanboys do. They hype their own fucking hype up and act like it's going to fucking happen. When it doesn't happen, they get fucking mad the thing didn't happen. It's kind of ridiculous. Star Wars fans are just as guilty as this shit, too. It's pretty insane. Remember also High Top, if you use a pitch from DC. Yeah, I'm not going to entertain anything from fucking High Top. Fuck that guy. This is why I don't listen to people like Jody. That fucking mook. I almost forgot about him until you made me realize he's a thing. That's funny. That fucking idiot, Mr. I believe in Joss Whedon. What a fucking moron. Oh my god. Holy shit. Holy shit. Shea Wiggum would be an awesome Batman. I don't know. I'm in the Jay Ryan camp from It Chapter 2. I think that dude would be a fucking perfect Batman. Music reminds me of Toto Africa. Oh, okay. Well, it's titled, what is this music called? I forgot. Hold on. This music is called Feeding the Ducks. That's what StreamYard has it labeled as. Feeding the Ducks. Speaking of feeding ducks, actually, no, not feeding ducks at all. This is actually quite a departure from feeding ducks. Minecraft. There's a new trailer for a Minecraft movie. Warner Brothers released. I did not react to it because I don't want a copyright strike. I don't want to fight Warner Brothers about it. I have almost no desire to do any kind of trailer reaction to anything Warner Brothers puts out because I just do not want to deal with their copyright strike bullshit. But I will talk about it. I will talk about it here. Case in point, Minecraft. There is a trailer for this new movie called Minecraft, and I've never played more than an hour of the game. I know very little about the lore of Minecraft. I saw this trailer, and I was like, this was a video game movie that was made. I have no desire to watch this movie, and it's got one of my favorite actors of all time in it. That's Jason Momoa. I love Jason Momoa. I think he's great. It's got Daniel Burks in it, too. It's got fucking Jack Black in it. I'm like, cool. This movie doesn't look good. Even the Minecraft creatures look, not good. But then again, you picked a very not good-looking game to try and make a movie out of. I don't know if you're trying to capitalize on the Sonic hype or the Mario hype or whatever, but fuck, dude. This movie just doesn't look entertaining to me at all. And that very well could be like a me thing. You know, it's clearly targeted at, you know, a younger crowd, Minecraft fans. Cool. Good for you guys. You want to go watch this movie and you enjoy it? More power to you. You got fucking 2 thumbs up from me. 2 thumbs up from Phil. You want to go see Minecraft? Yay, okay, Chief. Fucking good for you. Movie definitely doesn't look like it's my bag. I just, you know, I watched the trailer once and I was like, ooh, pass. Hard pass. There's a definite hard pass for me when it comes to Minecraft. Not a Minecraft fan at all. Like, I just... No. That's just a big old glass of nope from me. I am, not at all. Not at all. Like, those sheep look weird, okay? Like, the sheep look weird. Yeah, the wolf looks weird. All of it looks fucking weird. And then Jack Black coming in at the end of the trailer and goes, I am Steve! Was like, okay. And he's wearing, like, the blue shirt and the fucking pants. Cool, man. Like, you're the dude from the game. I don't care. I just don't care. Like, I'm probably, like, I probably sound like I'm shitting on it, but it's just, like, I just don't really care. Like, again, I'm not a Minecraft player. I'm sure if someone who plays Minecraft avidly probably watched this trailer and went, that is the best looking fucking shit I have ever seen. Cool. More power to him. Fucking more power to him. Because if this movie was made for them, awesome. This was definitely not a movie made for me. But I definitely think that Warner Brothers is trying very hard to capitalize on the video game aesthetic and, you know, monetary value of video game movies. I'm just like, you guys made Detective Pikachu. Where's my second Detective Pikachu movie? I want a second Detective Pikachu movie. Pokemon fans want a second Detective Pikachu movie. For fuck's sake, look at my shit right here. I've got 2 fucking Pokeballs and a 3D printed Charizard. Where the fuck is my second Detective Pikachu movie? No, Warner Brothers like, let's make Minecraft. Watch this movie actually make like $1 billion fucking dollars too. I would not be shocked come next spring, this in April, this shit makes like $1 billion fucking dollars. I don't know. The llamas look weird. The sheep look weird. Like, everything about it looks super fucking weird. And I'm like, you like this? Good for you. More power to you. But it definitely ain't. Nah. Ain't my bag. Ain't my bag. Ain't my bag. But I gotta admit, like, when I definitely saw that sheep, I was definitely like, oh my fuck! Yeah, I was definitely giving it a little bit, oh my fuck, kind of vibes when it came to that shit. For sure. Definitely. Anyway, you know what was my vibe though? Linkin Park debuted a new single yesterday with new singer Emily Armstrong. They announced a tour and a new album. Oh my God. 7 years. It has been 7 years since the unfortunate passing of Chester Bennington. And Linkin Park, like, took a step back, reevaluated things. And yesterday, they did like an hour-and-a-half long stream with their brand new lead singer, Emily Armstrong. They played some classics. They played the new single, The Emptiness Machine. Fuck me. This is fucking amazing. Like, oh my God. I was genuinely blown away by Linkin Park and their new stuff. Like, it is so fucking good. Matter of fact, I've even got their website here pulled up. Let's go ahead and take a look, see, shall we? Let's check this shit out. Let's check this shit out. Check out this amazingness right here. Linkin Park from Zero. You can pre-order the album. You can watch the live stream. The world tour, you can get tickets for it. Let's see. Let's check out this tour, right? So September 11th, they're in the Kia Forum in Los Angeles. September 16th, Barclays Center in New York. September 22nd, they're going to Hamburg, Germany. September 24th, they're going to be in London. September 28th, they're going to be in Seoul, South Korea. And then in November, looks like they're taking the whole month of October off. But on November 11th, they close out their tour in Colombia. So that's cool. That's really fucking cool. You know, they got the official music video for the Emptiness Machine, album variants. Yeah, dude, this is all fucking. Let's see what happens when you pre-order you can pre-order the album. Well, let's click on this link. See, this just looks fucking dope, right? Like, look at all this vinyl. Look at all this shit. This is fucking amazing, guys. This is so fucking cool. Oh my God. $60 might be a little steep, but I'd pay for it. Let's see, From Zero Blue and Orchid Splatter vinyl. The CD photozine. Standard cassette. They have a fucking cassette? Wow! Holy shit! That's rad. And then just the standard vinyl, standard CD. Oh my God, this is gonna be fucking rad, dude. Yeah, I'm a fan. Been a fan of Linkin Park since I was like 11, 12, somewhere in there. So they really helped me out, get through some really tough times. It's definitely worth it. But when I heard the Emptiness Machine yesterday, and I've been listening to it all day at work, dude, this shit just fucking slapped so hard. It was so good. And then like I even started revisiting older songs that I used to listen to, like Faint, Somewhere Where I Belong, like just a lot of their jams, their hits. And I've just been kind of stuck in my feels all damn day. Like I was so just fucking enamored by this new song. I can't wait to listen to the new album coming out in November. That's going to be awesome too. Sadly, I wish I lived in like LA so I could go see them live, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. I posited to one of my coworkers, I was like, hey, want to fly to LA next Friday? And he was like, no. But yeah, this was dope. This was like some of the dopest shit I had read and heard in a long time. Long fucking time. I'm very, very, very excited for the new album From Zero, which is funny because like they're when the band initially started, they I think they were called From Zero or Zero, one or the other. But oh damn it, I just closed the wrong tab. Never mind, pull it back up. But yeah, I am superbly excited for their new album. This is gonna be awesome. Like, matter of fact, you know what? Just
This is fucking awesome.
that was my reaction to their newest song, The Emptiness Machine. Emily Armstrong sounds so fucking good singing that song. And even just singing some of their older stuff too. Like, she's got some fucking chords, man. Like, she just rips. Super hard, super good. Huge fan. Can't wait to see what else they do. Hopefully this is more than just like a, you know, small tour. Hopefully they do like a bigger worldwide, let's, you know, tour the album like once the new album's out next in November. Like, I can't fucking wait, guys. I can't fucking wait. I'm so pumped for this new album from Linkin Park. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be a good album. I got a good feeling about this. But I do not have a good feeling about this next thing. That's Bo DeMaio clapping back at Marvel Studios and Disney. Now, this came just 2 days ago. This next thing I'm about to share with y'all. Because, man, this story is getting spicy. I have the receipts. Bo DeMaio decries Marvel's criminal working conditions, goes to court to overturn illegal Disney NDA. Ooh. Now, I think it was like the third or maybe even like earlier before this article dropped. Like, Bo DeMaio was like, look, if you want the whole truth, come to my OnlyFans. And I was like, kind of raising an eyebrow at that, like, what the fuck? We're really going to do the whole, I'm going to let you in on something, but you got to pay me to tell you? Come on, man. That's a little much. All right. Okay. Deadline has the exclusive. Yeah, we'll see about that. These allegations of egregious misconduct are false. said former X-Men 97 showrunner Bo DeMaio today about the dark cloud of gossip over his sudden pink slipping by Marvel Disney from the Emmy-nominated animated series just before its debut earlier this year. Flipping the script, the season scribe called out Marvel over its alleged toxic environment and near criminal working conditions that turn individuals against one another, stokes paranoia to ensure compliance. Months after DeMaio's exit in March, Marvel Disney exclaimed in August that he was fired because of, quote, the egregious nature of the findings in a misconduct probe. Last month, DeMaio said that he was let go in part because of some LGBTQ fan art he reposted, implying strongly such rigidity is emblematic of the company's inside stance. Rumors at Disney have swirled around photos supposedly sent to X-Men 97 colleagues and accusations of getting too touchy with people on X-Men 97. Today, as attorney, Brian Friedman filed an expedited jury trial seeking complaint in LA Superior Court to have an allegedly illegal non-disparagement provision removed from the writer's exit package documents. DeMaio took on OnlyFans to call BS on the Kevin Feige-run Marvel and Bob Iger-led Disney. Quote, these rumors being spread around me online are lies and they are offensive. But more concerning is that they are a smear campaign designed to discredit my credibility in order to cover up the egregious prejudicial misconduct stretching from select crew members on X-Men 97 all the way up to the top at Marvel Studios. DeMaio declared in his nearly 30-minute remark on camera that the often explicit subscription social platform. Admitting that personality conflicts happen, especially in creative environments like Hollywood, DeMaio also acknowledged that he has long known he is, quote, not everyone's cup of tea. Yet, in a nutshell, DeMaio asserted today that him being, quote, gay, black, open about it at Marvel Studios was the real issue the company had with him and why he was tossed out later and saw his credits for the upcoming second season of the Mutant Saga removed. In fact, spotlighting the timeline of his departure, DeMaio says it was only after his initial conversation with company HR that he, quote, no longer felt safe at the studio as a gay black man, unquote, that he was shown the door. As DeMaio said this morning, bluntly, in the end, the offenses Marvel and others have leaked are designed to distract you from what really offended them. Someone like me dared to speak truth to people like them. They wanted me to be the black stamp of approval on this project. I declined. They wanted to erase aspects of my personality that clash or prove inconvenient with the misguided narratives they wanted to establish. I declined. They tried to intimidate me with both explicit and implied threats. I was not intimidated. Everything they have done since then has been designed not just to silence and smear me, but to crush me and remind me to know my role. Some very choice words there, Bo DeMaio. Addressing the minutiae of his dismissal from Marvel in the weeks of fallout, DeMaio laid out a pretty stringent marker for the Mouse House. Quote, I have receipts and the eyewitnesses so long as you stop coercing them to lie. You can keep attacking me with lies and misinformation, but we can become the ugliest, most annoying version of that. Or you can start acting like a studio that is worthy of a show like X-Men 97. To that end, the filing today from Friedman makes some pretty harsh claims against defendant Marvel Animation Studios for trying to shove DeMaio out and shut him up. DeMaio, who intended to detail his prior employment with Marvel via OnlyFans, bore witness to and endured rampant discriminatory and harassing conduct during his years-long tenure with the company. Quote, says the 6-page filing in downtown LA today from the Lear Friedman Tadelman plus Cooley LLP co-founder. Well aware that DeMaio possessed copious knowledge regarding Marvel's illicit and unsafe employment practices, the company sought to silence DeMaio as part of his forced ouster. Backed by an army of well-versed employment attorneys, Marvel knowingly incorporated an illegal non-disparagement provision designed to muzzle an openly gay black man and restrict his statutory rights, the complaint adds. And in fact, Marvel invoked this unenforceable provision to justify its nefarious removal of DeMaio's credits on the acclaimed series X-Men 97. Specifically to ensure DeMaio would keep his bonus and writing credits, the provision DeMaio's exit NDA states, quote, lender, Marvel, and artist DeMaio hereby agree to seek the prior approval of Marvel on the substance of any press release, news story, announcement, publicity, or comments to the press relating to the change of the relationship between the parties in connection with the settlement agreement. The DeMaio agreements, any of artist services to Marvel, including artists' working relationships with any one artist known to be current or former employee, representative of Marvel or its affiliated companies, the series, or the early termination of the DeMeo agreements. Once the initial mutually approved press release is issued, lender and artist can refer such request to initial press release without seeking approval. Further, lender, artist, and Marvel hereby agree that the parties will mutually agree in advance on the date of issuance of any press release, news story, announcement, or publicity relating to the change of relationship between the parties in connection with the settlement agreement, the DeMeo agreements, or the early termination of the DeMeo agreements. Lender and artist shall make no disparaging or derogatory statements or remarks concerning the series or Marvel or its affiliated companies, anyone they know to be current or former employees or representatives of Marvel or its affiliated company, in a manner that could reasonably be expected to cause reputational injury to Marvel or its affiliated companies. Friedman wants the court to strip the non-disparaging provision from DeMeo's NDA ASAP. There are only two possible explanations for why Marvel and Disney had Bo sign an NDA that so obviously violated basic California law, the Hollywood heavyweight attorney told Deadline this morning. Either incredulously, Marvel and Disney's hundreds of lawyers who advise over 250,000 employees all just happened to make a mistake, or Marvel knowingly and intentionally attempted to silence Bo so he could have total control as to why he was no longer at Marvel, why he had his credits removed on season 2, and why he was uninvited to attend the very award show that nominated his hard work for an Emmy, Friedman went on to say. Violating Bo's statutory California rights would cost Marvel this case more, but more importantly, Marvel could no longer stop the truth from coming out. On that matter of the truth, neither DeMeo or Friedman have named names as of yet, the yet being the operative word here. Disney did not respond to requests from Deadline for comment on DeMeo's claims. If and when they do, either directly or in court, this post will be updated. What a fucking shit show. What an absolute fucking shit show. Holy shit. And I don't mean X-Men 97. I just mean the circumstances surrounding all of this. What a fucking shit show. Oh my God. Now, Victoria Alonso was ousted earlier last year, being an openly gay woman, if I'm not mistaken. I could be totally wrong about that. Please do not quote me on that. But she never came out and said hateful things towards Marvel or anything like that. I don't recall if she ever sued. I'm pretty sure her name's still on projects she was attached to before she was effectively let go. As for this, something doesn't pass the smell test. If you're going on your OnlyFans and be like, you guys want the truth? Come pay me. What? The fuck? Something about that just doesn't sit right with me. Not sure what. Not sure what exactly, but you never denied that the misconduct didn't happen. You know? I mean, you're saying, but by you, I mean Mr. DeMeo, saying that Disney and Marvel are spreading misinformation, lies. You have the receipts. Okay. Where? If you want me to take your word at the value you're saying it's valued at, show me the full context and not behind a paywall, please. Would really love to know that. If you really wanted the truth out there, and I'm going to use this as a kind of a similar example, you wouldn't need a paywall. Did Ray Fisher need a paywall when he spoke out against Walter Hamada and Jeff Johns? No. So why would, again, Bo DeMeo need to utilize his OnlyFans when Twitter's right there, when Instagram is there, when Threads is right there? He's active on all three of these, if I'm not mistaken. So do you just want your fans to know the truth? I don't know. I and that's the fucked up thing. Like, until Disney says something or Disney and Marvel respond, this is just out in the ether now. And now, you know, and I'm not saying that Disney's not fucking evil. I'm not saying that Marvel hasn't had its fair share of criticisms lobbed against them. And we all know they treat their visual effects artists like fucking garbage. I need more context. I need more context that is not behind a fucking paywall. Because everything's behind a fucking paywall these days. And that's not fair. Not only is that not fair, that's just, like, it's kind of grifty. In that, you know, that bloke Snyder does it. You know, fucking Jeff Snyder. The Ankler, the Rap, whatever the fuck. You know. Richmond does it. Behind it, like, all of his shit leaks, all of the information that he has, people pay for his fucking Patreon and then they go blast it on fucking Twitter, X, whatever. And that's how his shit makes the rounds, which is kind of grifty. So I don't know. Just something about this, all of this doesn't at all seem right to me. But, I guess we'll see how all of this shakes out when things presumably probably go to court. Will Disney be proven to, be truly evil? I don't know. Is Bo DeMeo full of shit? Did he actually perform some egregious practices while working at Marvel? I don't know. Can't say for sure. Cannot say for sure. Let's see. What did Daryl have to say? I'm not paying money. Look, get it, Bo worked hard on the show, but you might have gotten screwed. But dude, move on. I mean, look, if I wasn't invited to an Emmy on a show I worked on, I'd be pissed for sure. I would be absolutely fucking pissed. At the same time, it's like, dude, you're playing with fire, because when you play with a corporation and you're fucking dogging them and dragging them through the mud, and you're saying you have receipts, it would be in your best interest to probably show said receipts. But that's just my take on it, honestly. Like, when I say I have receipts, I usually am very quick to bring them up. But I feel like this whole situation is probably just going to get uglier. It's going to get more ugly. It's going to get very public and very not nice. Jonathan Majors got ousted in November of last year. He didn't say a fucking word. Well, no, I take that back. He tried to, make it seem like he was not at fault, when very clearly a court of law determined that, yes, you in fact did, beat your girlfriend, dude. So Marvel was like, nope, no more King Conqueror. So I feel like if they're going to fire you, they probably had a reason. What that reason is, they haven't explicitly said yet. And when that comes out, when they explicitly say why they actually fired the guy, egregious, findings in a misconduct probe, yes. So what were those egregious things? That's what I'm waiting on. That's what I think a lot of people are waiting on. We want the facts. We don't want the shroud. We don't want the bullshit. We want the facts. And I think that's what everyone wants and needs at this point to determine, is Disney really fucking evil and twisted and despises the LGBTQ community? Or was Bo DeMeo rightfully fired for being gross at work? I don't know. I have no fucking idea, okay? I will just say that on the merits as it stands right now, utilizing an OnlyFans and a fucking paywall to, quote, get your truth out, that's a little shaky for me. Can't quite get on board with that. But the fact that Deadline, clearly someone at Deadline was like, yeah, sure, I'll pay the $10 and fucking wrote their exclusive on it. Cool. But that's about all I got for this rendition of Friday Phil, people. Thank you so much for, actually, you know what? Hold on. We got one more here from Daryl. You know how many scoopers have tried to drag Kevin Feige's names through the mud? Same with ex-actors who used to work at Marvel Studios. The man is still there. Right. There is so much more in favor of Kevin Feige being a genuine good dude than there isn't, right? I have not ever once seen anybody straight up badmouth Kevin Feige at all. Not one actor, not one director, nobody has ever straight up badmouthed Kevin Feige. Is his name one of the names? I don't know. Guess we'll see, right? We'll definitely have to see whether or not it is in fact, like, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, as far as I know, Kevin Feige has never once been like explicitly name dropped in a negative manner. He's not Walter Hamada. Walter Hamada just straight got his fucking name dropped by Ray Fisher, which to this day I still find fucking hilarious. But yeah, you've never seen anyone, and I mean anyone and everyone, say a fucking bad word about Kevin Feige. And the impression I've gotten from him never came off like that. So I don't know. I don't think he's that bad of a dude personally. But that's about it. That's about all I got for this week's version of Friday Phil. Thank you for everyone who chimed in and stopped by. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Ronan. Thank you, Rhea. Thank you, Nerd Cosa Nostra. Thank you, Droga. Thank you, Omega Swiper. Thank you, Daryl. Did I miss anybody? I feel like I might have missed somebody. Nope. I think I got it. Oh, Jordan. Chainsaw. Thank you. Thank you again for stopping in. Again, everyone, just really appreciate the love. Thanks for tuning in. You know, do me that big favor. As always, you know, hit just do me that solid, right? Like just do me that fucking solid. Please, 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 please. Do the thing. Do the thing. Hit that subscribe button. Would greatly appreciate it. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Just like, you know, do me that solid. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends about me. Seriously, no. Thank you, everyone who tuned in. I really appreciate it. I'm having a lot of fun getting to do these Friday Phil episodes with you guys. It's really cool. Just getting, you know, collecting shit from the week and then being able to kind of recap it every Friday has just become a new norm for me, and I'm looking forward to doing it more. So again, thank you, everyone who tuned in. Really, really appreciate it. Take care. Have a great weekend. Enjoy Beetlejuice if you're going to see it, and go to a movie. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your weekend. Take care. Stay safe.